Good morning S3 and welcome back. We have missed you so much and it's brilliant to see you all back in and ready to learn. Although it's all looking a little bit different and it's going to look a little bit different for quite a bit of time, we need you to help us out here. So we need you to follow all instructions. Even if it makes things a little harder in terms of going around the school, make sure you're sanitising your hands, make sure that you're going the right way in the stairwell. Be kind, we're all in this together. We've never been here before, this is new to us all, so please look out for each other, be aware of what you need to do and follow the instructions from staff. S3, wow, already. So this is a key year for you. By the end of this year we'll be deciding what next and what your nationals will be, and this year will pass so quickly, it's unbelievable. Next year hopefully you'll start your S4 in the new building. That's our plan. My final message today is about my S3 prefects. We'll be handing out application forms and we'll be speaking to you about that throughout the day today. We'd love you to take on some leadership roles and get involved. We've missed you so much and welcome back. Let's make this a great year, guys.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Madras. This is Mr. Wishart speaking. Just want to take a bit of time to guide you through some of the measures that the school has put in place and to talk you through some of the things that we're going to be asking you as pupils to do in order to help us deal with the COVID-19 situation. So please pay attention. If you do have any questions, please speak with your registration teacher, or failing that, you can have a chat with your guidance teacher or the year head. Our absolute priority is to keep pupils and staff as safe as possible. In order to do that, we've done quite a number of things and we've made quite a number of decisions and put guidelines in place in order that our staff and our pupils are as safe as they can be. Now, what that means, guys, is that this is the new normal. We keep hearing that phrase, the new normal, and it's difficult to know what that's going to be like until we have to live it. But what we're asking for is your cooperation and your understanding. It's pretty clear that the only way that we'll be able to move on from the COVID-19 situation is if everybody works together and does what they're supposed to do. So please, ladies and gentlemen, we are asking for your cooperation. We expect your cooperation, and if we can get it, then there's no reason to think that we can't have a really successful start to the year. I guess first things first, if you feel ill, then you must inform your teacher straight away. If you have any of the symptoms of COVID-19 that have been well documented in the media, such as persistent dry cough, loss of taste or sense of taste, or a failure of your sense of smell, or a temperature, then please let your teacher know straight away. If you are out and about in the school community, then please report to the office straight away so that you can be, in the first instance, isolated, and then we can make arrangements to have you taken home. When you arrive at school, please remain outside. Do not make your way into the building. We do not want you congregating in groups, and please be aware of how you greet each other. It might be that you've not seen folks for quite some time, but please, there should be no hugging, there should be no high-fiving, there should be no fist bumps or handshakes. Please just greet each other verbally, say hello, how are you doing? Make sure you do ask each other how you've been, because it's been a difficult time, and take an interest in each other's answers. But please, guys, be aware of how you greet each other. When you're moving around the school, please make sure that you follow all signs and instructions. Use the appropriate stairs for direction of travel, be considerate of other people, and maintain physical distancing as far as you can. Now, Kilryman Road has tape up the middle of corridors. Please stick to the left-hand side. We shouldn't see people walking in the same direction on both sides of the tape. If you're going in one direction, you stick to the left. If you're going in the other, you stick to your left. There are downstairs, there are upstairs, there are signs on all of these, so please follow them. In South Street, there is a one-way system in operation. Now, part of your induction registration will be to get a guided tour of the one-way system. And again, it is really important that you pay attention and that you use that. We're putting it in place to protect you, and we're putting it in place to protect staff. So please, when you're moving around the school, follow the signs and instructions. When you're in class, and this might be where you see the biggest difference, you will be seated by the teacher. You will not choose your own seat. There will be no discussions about seats. You will be placed in a seat. A seating plan will be created, and this will be submitted to the school in order to assist with any track and trace that we have to undertake. We need to know who was sitting where if track and trace come and ask us. So a seating plan must be in place in every class, and therefore you will be seated by the teacher. You will not choose your own seat. Every time you come into a class, you must use hand sanitizer. Every time you leave the classroom, you must use hand sanitizer. There will be hand sanitizer provided for you. You may use your own if you would prefer, but every time you enter and every time you leave a classroom, you must use it. Every time you enter a room, you should be cleaning the desk using one of the antibacterial wipes provided. Now, this might take a little bit of time. However, we ask you to be patient, to wait sensibly, and to clean your desk as best you can. If you need to leave your seat for any reason, you must seek permission from your teacher. We do not want pupils getting up, walking around without permission. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is really important that folks maintain physical distancing. Now, I know, and we all are aware, that the government advice is that pupils do not need to maintain physical distance from each other. However, you must maintain physical distance from staff. Okay, it is still expected that you maintain a 2-meter distance from members of staff in the classroom. So please be aware of that, be considerate of that, and do your best to observe it. Part of that is your behaviour. Your behaviour has to be excellent, folks. I mentioned earlier on that we are all in this together. We are a school community, and the best chance we have of putting COVID-19 behind us is if we all work together. This is a stressful time. It's stressful for you and it's stressful for staff, and we do not need people behaving in a silly fashion adding to that. So please, we are asking for your cooperation. Break time at Kilryman, we do not want you to leave the school grounds. Just do not leave the school grounds. There should be no reason for you to leave the school grounds. The length of time you get for a break is not enough to go anywhere, given the restrictions that will be in place in shops. So please stay on the school grounds. Also, remain outside, and again, do not congregate in groups. If the weather is bad, then we will make arrangements for you to have wet weather areas. However, if the weather is decent or dry, then please, you will remain outside. South Street, slightly different. Again, we strongly recommend that you remain on the school premises. The management team have designated certain areas for different year groups. So the front lawn should be used for the S4s. The gym in the back area should be used by S5s. However, that's open for confirmation. Mr. Darge will do that with you as soon as he has kind of final word on that being okay. And the S6s should use the Rose Quad and the Assembly Hall. Now, there'll be guides as to how to get to these different areas using the one-way system, but this is what we are suggesting and putting in place for break time at South Street. At lunchtime, we again recommend that you stay in school, that you take advantage of the catering facilities or bring a packed lunch. However, if you do choose to go out into the community, then you must follow all rules and guidelines that apply in shops, cafes, restaurants, wherever it is that you are going. Remember that masks or face coverings must be used in any shop. It doesn't matter what kind, you must have a mask or a face covering. Be aware that you will take longer to be served, and late coming back to school will not be tolerated if you are late as a result of the new guidelines in shops. Please be aware also, ladies and gentlemen, that some shops may not allow school pupils entry. This may be part of their COVID management strategy. They may say that they do not want school pupils in there, so you must be aware of that. South Street pupils, remember that the university will return to St Andrews at the start of September. If what that means is that there could be several thousand extra people walking around the street when you're looking to go for your lunch. That could mean that places that you want to go are far busier than they would normally be, and you have to take account of that. Again, late coming back to school will not be tolerated, so please make your decision sensibly. Personal hygiene. I've mentioned the hand washing and the hand sanitizing when you're entering and leaving a classroom, but you must, in addition, wash your hands, sanitize your hands whenever you enter or leave the building. That's first thing in the morning and as you're exiting to either catch your bus, walk home, be picked up. Whatever you do to be taken home, you should be washing or sanitizing your hand as you leave the building. You'll be able to use the bathrooms, however, you must remember to wash your hands after using the toilet. I shouldn't have to remind you of that. However, 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, that's how long you should be washing your hands for. Please try and avoid touching your face. I know that's very difficult at times. However, if you can do that, you will minimize the chance of spreading the virus droplets into your nose, your mouth, or your eyes. If you need to cough, please use a tissue. They should be used to catch a cough or a sneeze, or if you don't have a tissue, then you can use the crook of your elbow. If you do use a tissue, please dispose of them immediately. Don't hang on to them, put them straight into a bin. At the end of the day, you're going to have to immediately leave the building. There won't be anything happening within the school that requires you to be present. You will leave the building, you will go, you will catch your bus, you will walk home, you will get on your bike. However you make your way home, you should do it immediately after the final bell. Remember that if you have to catch a public bus, then you must wear a face covering or a mask. There are some pupils who may wish to wear a mask on the school bus, and if they choose to do that, that's absolutely fine. Please, ladies and gentlemen, be considerate of our community. There's an awful lot of you. You set a great example, but please remember that some people may find the presence of a large number of young people on the streets of St Andrews, on the buses around St Andrews, quite intimidating. So please be considerate. If you're out and about in public places, be aware of how you're behaving, how you're walking. Please don't walk down the street 3 or 4 abreast. Allow people room to pass, and if you're on public buses, masks or face coverings should be worn. Remember, guys, that we will not have access to the water fountains. In order to prevent the spread of any virus, these will be switched off. You must bring your own bottle and your own water to school. In addition, you should be providing your own equipment, such as pens, pencils, rubber, sharpener, ruler, a calculator, scientific if it's necessary. If this is going to be a problem, you must contact your guidance teacher. The school will be able to help people who will struggle to provide their own equipment. So don't suffer in silence. If you need a bit of support with this, please speak to your guidance teacher. It's really, really important. Finally, I mentioned this a little minute ago, be kind and considerate to all members of the school community. That's all members of staff, that's your fellow pupils, that's those people you meet in the community if you're out for your lunch. Please be aware that this is a difficult time for everyone. And again, as I say, this is the way that we'll beat this is together. So we do not want our pupils acting in a way that makes people in our community feel uncomfortable, unsafe. That is absolutely contrary to everything we're asking. Remember, folks, that you may, if you wish, wear a mask or a face covering in school. That is absolutely your choice. And finally, you must follow all instructions from school staff. If you're asked to do something, please do it. Please don't question it. Please do it. If you have concerns, then you can come and speak to the guidance team. You can come and speak to the SLT. Raise your concerns, but in the moment, please do what you are told. This is such an important moment in all of our lives. This is the chance to get back on track, to get our education going again, and we need your help to do it. So please, we are counting on you to do your bit. as we try and beat this thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. I hope there was nothing there that was surprising to you, nothing there that causes you undue concern. If you are a bit worried about anything, remember guidance are there, the SLT are there. Do not go away and worry unduly. Come and speak to us and we'll do our best to help you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great day, and I hope that on Monday the 17th of August, when we're all back, that we can coexist and work hard and do the very best that we can in very, very, very odd and potentially stressful circumstances. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Bye now.